some weird crap like blowing up a bank or something.
Literally, the thing that was recorded was blowing up a bank or something. That was all that was recorded.
Oh, good thing that we don't have any viewers, because the FBI would have been straight on that.
Of course, the very weird thing that I was talking about. I say, yeah. Usually when you start, we're talking about some kind of weird shit like blowing up a bank or something.
Dude, that's
Of
bad, you
course.
guys. They're gonna be on me. What the fuck? Y'all are fired.
So, I think my headphones are dying, so I'll be back in a second. But, argue over who wants to get stuff.
I need to get headphones too.
Well, I left pretty early last time, so
Same.
yeah, I left like right after you.
I guess I'll take the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you are the man. And stuff.
The myth.
Oh, that's loud. Since we're waiting, has anybody seen Holy Musical Batman?
Oh, what?
Holy Musical Batman.
Yeah, I heard you, but I was like, wait, what?
It's a play about Batman.
I can guess as much.
Musical. Nobody seen it? Man, y'all are uncouth.
That's you.
Sir, I am as couth as they come. I don't even know what the fuck couth means, to be honest with you.
Let me get you the definition of uncouth.
Okay, uncouth is, and that's C-O-U-T-H. U-N at the beginning. You're welcome. Shut up, Lonnie.
Okay, so who won?
I did.
Yeah, he did.
Okay,
Most awesome, and we love him with all of our hearts and souls.
go ahead.
All right, we started taking the elevator up to from the Forgotten Floor to the normal floors, right? And you guys fought the thingy, a big bad guy, and that's where we started, I suppose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then we went to check on the remaining floor.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, and made sure it was safe for whoever might be trapped in this. What do you call it? Yeah, the shit all over the floor. So I called in Jonathan saying we should probably lock this floor so nothing gets in or out and we can deal with it. And did so. And we beat up a bunch of baddies, beat up a guy especially a lot, we're not going to get into. And we basically cleared the floor, took some we took some bad guys into what do you call it, as hostages, I suppose, for later. And then we undid what do you call it, the lockdown on the floor. Civilians were safe, and we went to the science floor, which was completely fucked, and we got the we found out that the car was killing everyone in there, the magic car.
The where car, right?
I don't know, I haven't heard of it. And it was after the vinyl player, or whatever it's called, apparently. The thing that predicts the future. But we didn't get to it. And we started off, yeah, that was the end of it, I suppose.
Yes. So, yeah, that's where we are going to pick up. So, after the events, everything has calmed down, and you guys were brought into a security room to watch some footage. So, the events that happened on the research floor, they were led by an ethereal vehicle of some sort. A car that can pop in and out of reality. You watch some footage of the research floor, and it turns out that there were other entities on that floor as well.
Mm-hmm.
One appeared to be a fleshy tendril that came from a place off any of the cameras, so you don't know what that was. What was the other thing that I set up? The other thing that I set up, yeah, there was a very tiny thing that was really hard to see, but it hopped around kind of like a flea. So it would jump up and down to locomote itself. There were a few more, but you couldn't really see them on the footage that was captured. So there were a couple more entities that you are unaware of, as per now. The long, fleshy tendril, that one made all the people kill themselves in that one room. The small, weird thing that can projectile itself forward. That one went to the room with the people staring at the wall. However, the car went to this other locked room where they were doing tests on the record player. So, what the record player did in the moments before the attack is what is interesting in the footage. So in the footage, the record player began playing a song that probably all of you will recognize. However, the entirety of the lyrics were changed to a warning. So, since I have on multiple occasions put songs into this and I am no good at singing, I am not going to sing anything, but I will send you all.
Matt, you have the voice of an angel. You should just sing it.
No.
Matt, I love you.
Pressure the DM to sing it.
No.
This isn't even peer
No,
pressure.
no, we wouldn't do
I'm
that.
your elder, sir.
The answer is no. So,
Janet. How old are you, Master Matthew?
what?
How old are you, Matt? I forgot.
30.
Oh, Hunty, I'm way older than you.
Well, why aren't you in your retirement home yet, old lady?
You know what the female equivalent
I
to suck my
regret
dick
nothing.
is? Suck my clit. There we go.
Lonnie, let me tell you this. I regret nothing.
How old are you again, Gio? Have you made wizard yet?
Nope.
So you haven't made wizard yet. I don't know if I'm sorry or congratulations.
He is refusing to answer the question, I think is the answer.
Ah, a wise man. Very wise, sir.
No, I'm 27, so I can just say nope.
So not yet is the correct answer we were looking for.
Yep.
Okay, I am just going to write. So let me make sure.
Dear God, he's writing.
So I suppose this'll work. I am going to send you all the thing.
Yeah, but what if we have a viewer? They're not going to know what you're singing.
Oh, they will. Because you guys will be like, oh, this is the thing, blah, blah, blah.
It's gonna play Smash All Star. You know. Only there'll be a warning this time. Oh, that's gonna do.
Okay.
I'm in the wrong hole.
You can
It's like
probably
extra
gather
doubt.
from this what it is warning about. Poof.
Poof. I have to go into some settings.
Apparently only Gio is in here, so he will see it.
Oh, right.
Where is it? I'm in the unlucky few. I haven't seen it.
Apparently, I am not here, so I'll see it. So what?
It's in the
Where
Roll
is it,
20.
Matt? Because, you know, I have Apple products. They suck when it comes to Roll20.
Well, you have multiple companions who can help you.
Multiple companions, help me.
Please shut the fuck up and please listen to me. I've been trying to warn about the Dragula.
Yes.
I have no fucking clue where that's from.
Is it Smash Mouth?
It's changed the lyrics. What it is Rob Zombie's Dragula.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
It replaced the chorus. However, the one word that remains the same is Dragula.
Okay.
And it is using Rob Zombie's voice to project this warning. And it keeps repeating itself
Nope,
over
I'm
and
gonna
over
be shamed.
again. It keeps repeating itself
Yeah,
over and over again.
Yeah.
Almost as
Okay.
if the record is skipping.
Is
The
skipping.
scientists in the room still appear to be confused for a moment on the footage. And where am I trying to go with this? Okay, so as it keeps repeating this, it repeats it 5 or 6 times. And then it just acts as if it was a record skipping on the word Dragula over and over again.
Okay.
Is there any oopsies similar to the name Dragula?
As you're about to ask that question to the group or to yourself,
Mhm.
the scientists start doing the research for you on the footage. So,
Thank you, scientist.
on the footage, you see one of the scientists walk over to a terminal that is nearby and start researching this. And they come up with a few answers. The Dragula is an animated car that appeared in the 1970s.
Fender, but it is an actual wear car.
It is a car that has sentience and is capable of. There was an incident involving the Dragula. It was just a car that somebody nicknamed that. And the titular song Dragula was inspired by the event before the agency could get a hold of the situation and prevent it from getting out. So, yes, the Dragula is a. I will give you a picture. Do I?
Are you putting it in roll 20?
Yes, I do. I will put it, since everybody wasn't in the roll 20 like I thought they would be. I will put it in the copy image. I'll put it in the Discord.
Thank you.
Poof. 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 This is what the vehicle looked like.
Oh man.
Preben.
Yes.
You recognize the vehicle.
It's his vehicle.
Ah, it's the car. It's the Kerr.
It's the car that taught you how to drive.
I was hoping it would be the Rob Zombie car when he drives around.
No.
In the video.
No, unfortunately.
Shame.
This vehicle, kind of like I forget the name of that movie or book or whatever. It was a Stephen King thing where muscle car came to life and killed people.
Knight Rider?
No. It is a Stephen King thing that a 1970s muscle car like has this mind of its own and like murders people and stuff.
Futurama did a spoof on it many moons ago.
It's some kind of female
Project
name in
Satan.
the movie. The car had a female name. I don't know what it was.
Like
They
Cassie or
always have.
something. I don't know.
Hello, people.
Hello.
But yes, either way. So the vehicle murdered a few people and then vanished from existence. This is
All
now...
willy-nilly and stuff?
What?
It murdered people like all willy-nilly and stuff?
It appeared to be, but after further investigation, it turned out that they wronged a certain individual, and the vehicle took revenge upon them for the individual and then vanished.
Okay.
However, it appears to be a vehicle of the same description that Preben was interacting with. And in the footage that you guys are watching, the guy is about to warn everybody the guy who's on the computer is about to warn everybody that something bad is probably going to happen when there's sudden thuds against the door on the exterior of the room. The door with the pins and stuff that you guys encountered last time. And suddenly it just sort of blows open with extreme force, except there's nothing there on the other side. And you watch as the events that happened. The vehicle suddenly appears and vanishes in various places, running over the scientists that are in the room. And when it goes to, because Infinity Man was in this room before, so he was here again. When Infinity Man prepares himself for the car to strike him, he picks up a Blackrock rod and puts it in front of him. And the vehicle suddenly just appears. You can hear the tires squealing, but it didn't appear when they were squealing initially. But suddenly it appears on the other side of a table, like as if it's coming out of a portal. And it slams into the Blackrock rod, like creating what looks like a very terrible accident. However, it vanishes before.
Is it phased by the black rock? Or
yes, it like
anything?
when it comes in contact with the Blackrock, it like
Yeah.
crumples as if it were hitting like a telephone pole or something. It just sort of like crumples in towards it and doesn't reach him, and then it vanishes again. And that is when you hear the titular retreat. And that is when the attack stopped. A few other things that you hear during the attack are, number one, you hear that the car says a particular phrase towards the record player. It says, "You were one of us. How could you betray us?" And the car continues to run people over. It also says, "I will finish this before you can finish your warding." And then it was defeated. So, with this information in mind, how would you guys like to proceed? Do you guys have any questions about the footage?
We understand the record player is a betrayer, or was it a double agent working for us, pretending it was working? Okay.
You don't know.
Is the record player still around?
Yes, the record player is still in existence.
Okay.
What happened at the end of last session is everybody went into that room. But Preben wasn't here, so we didn't want to really do too much. Everybody went into that room and found Infinity Man to be the only surviving person in that room. And the record player was on the table playing nothing. And Geo walked over and took the needle off the turntable and turned the record player off. That was the last thing that happened last time. And you guys were going to ask Preben about the event when I sort of forcefully ended the session. And then I went to the security footage because I figured you guys were going to watch it anyway. So that way you could get full context what happened in that room. And then ask Preben about what happened. So.
I already told him what happened with me and the car.
To refresh everybody, you can ask. Everybody can ask questions to refresh their minds if they wish.
How about what happened?
Yeah, but I literally told you guys last session.
You didn't tell much. It was pretty vague.
Yeah, you You have
Pretty
to leave,
vague. That's
please.
probably because I can't remember every fucking little detail myself, or can't be bothered to tell every fucking
Drink
little
less.
detail.
Drink less, man. Drink less.
No.
That's my Preben.
That's his character, you see? If you take it away, then he is no character.
Yeah.
And by character, you mean himself as an individual.
My personality.
Okay,
Yes.
so Preben, how much of the incident would you like to share with them?
I don't see why I shouldn't share everything with them because I
Okay.
told everything to the company, so
Okay.
it's
So-
in my file. If anybody could even bother to fucking read the damn thing.
Okay, so
I have access
Does-
to his files, correct?
so
Everybody has access to everybody's files.
everybody
It's
has
flip.
access to each other's files, except
Perfect.
for your newfound friend, the Japanese samurai. Nobody knows anything about him. So
He doesn't
Yeah.
have the file.
yeah. So, what I will do is I will let you guys ask questions, and if Preben wants to answer them himself, he can. If he doesn't remember or doesn't want, feel like answering it, I will answer on his behalf. So, what would you guys like to know?
So, what's your relationship with this car?
Would you like me to take the
How
lead?
long did we drive around again before we met the greaser?
Okay, so let's get the order of events straight. You saw the greaser, and that's when you met the car. So,
And all of us except for Japanese dude and Shaggy have encountered the greaser. Or has Shaggy encountered the greaser yet?
Yeah.
He did?
I'm not sure if you
Yeah.
guys discussed it or not, but yes, Shaggy has encountered the greaser.
Okay, cool.
And if you ask your new Japanese friend, Tenjiro,
Yes.
have you encountered the greaser?
No.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have. You remember the guy who gave you your powers that I told you was giving you your
Oh, yeah.
powers?
Yeah, him. Yeah.
Yeah. So it turns out
I-
he has encountered the greaser as well.
Okay, cool.
So everyone has encountered him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, to answer Yomba's question and Preben's question, you met the greaser, and when each of you met the greaser, there were other people there that were blurry and you couldn't see the faces of, those sorts of things. But either way, for Preben's sake, you encountered the greaser. He said that he was giving you powers, and then you were going to work or whatnot, or sleeping in preparation for work, and you kept hearing this car engine, and then when you walked out of your room, you were suddenly in a garage. And later on, you found out that you were in a coma for a few months. So you were driving around with this car for a few months in a place that looked like South America? Perhaps Brazil? Rainforest, that sort of thing. Area. And then he just
And
kept...
they speak Spanish or Portuguese?
Are you talking about in Brazil or the car?
In Brazil, did they speak Spanish or Portuguese?
I'm pretty sure they speak Portuguese.
Boom, you got it. We're in Brazil.
Okay, so, yeah, then the car just kept driving somewhere until you were suddenly on a tundra. And you guys broke into this place and stole something called the Stomach of the Vault? I'm pretty sure it was. You stole the Stomach of the Vault. And you gave the Stomach of the Vault to the car, and that was when you woke up in the the agency's care. So
So you're like this car's bitch, right?
That's a very odd way of putting it.
but
yeah.
Yeah.
the rest of the story is that later on, after you were with the agency, you you had a dream of a car engine again, and you were like, oh, it's this thing again. So then you walked out into the hallway, which turned into the car garage again. And you encountered the car again, and it wanted your help with trying to get to something within the agency. And you told it to wait until you contacted it again, and it appears that it just got frustrated with waiting for you and just went ahead with its plan anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Because I refused. And it tried to blackmail me
yes, it did.
because I didn't want to do it for it. So he said he would take my power away, and I called his bluff.
Yes, and it does seem like it has no ability of taking your powers away. So, it just moved forward with its plan. Your plan was to try to contact it again later, but it appears it made the move first. So that would be pretty much everything you would know. If you guys have any more specific questions, you can ask them, and if Preben knows them, I can answer or he can answer. So, what do you guys want to know other than what I've just told?
Got nothing.
Okay. Anybody else?
So you didn't have a time. Am I Martha's? I'm myself right now, not Martha Stewart. Okay,
You
so
can choose.
right.
We've discussed this.
So you didn't have a timeline with the werecar?
Nope.
And as you have discovered, it is called the Dragon.
I know, but I like calling it a werecar.
Fair enough, but I'm just telling you.
It doesn't have a real name. It's werecar. Werecar? Werecar.
Well,
It's a black car.
it's not a... By the strictest definitions of a were being, it cannot change into a person. So...
It changed into a person. Remember when Bender turned into the werecar? Nobody else? Am I the only one that watched Futurama?
I did, but
well,
I
I
never
did
seen
say
that
a quote
episode.
from it, but you just didn't listen, I think. Project Satan.
Okay, she doesn't get that reference. So,
Sorry, man.
That was the
You guys are.
like. You just was mad about nobody seeing Futurama, and I literally said the name of the freaking car that you was telling about. His name is
Okay.
Project Satan.
Oh shit! It's been a while since I've seen that episode. I just remember parts of it. Yeah, I love you too.
Okay, so the answer is it appears to be a sentient car, not able to transform into any other form. So that would be the reason why I would say not a werecar. But if you wish to call it that, you can.
Did anybody watch Young Frankenstein? Werecar. Werecar. All right,
Nope.
y'all.
So, to brush past that, does anybody have any substantive questions?
That wasn't a question.
Okay, repeat it then, because we
The
went down a
werecar
sidetrack.
didn't give you a timeline.
Since he seemed so reluctant to help, it seemed as though the car just went ahead with its plan, is Preben's understanding.
Okay.
Because he was like, no, I don't want to help you. So
did you guys have like an ironclad contract, or was it just... Yeah, man. Like,
the answer to an ironclad contract is no. It seems as though the car thought that him and Preben had some sort of camaraderie, and tried to take advantage of that when it was trying to ask him for help. But when he refused to help, then he was like, okay, the car was just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna do the thing anyway, without you.
Okay, do we know what the exact thing that was needed was, or was it just ambiguous?
The thing that the car wanted from him?
Yeah, because I apologize. I don't quite remember what the car wanted.
The thing that the car wanted was for Preben to help it break into the agency and take something.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
And that's what it did. It tried to take the record player, but it failed.
So it was just a pinky promise of like, yeah, maybe we'll do this, maybe we'll hang out.
Well, it was more of the car and him had a relationship for a period of time, and the car got what it wanted from the relationship, and Preben got something in exchange.
Did Preben get alcohol?
No. He got like supernatural powers, basically.
Okay.
So,
I helped the car, so he introduced me to the greaser, basically.
Yeah,
well,
okay.
Kind of. It was more like the
Kind of.
greaser used the car as a way to give you the powers. But either way. So, yeah. After that, the car just sort of came like an old high school friend looking for a favor. He just came back asking for a favor, and Preben said no. And that was pretty much... And the car threatened him, and Preben just still said no. And that was that. Pretty much.
Yeah, I had to say no because I'm the car's bitch,
Yeah, that's how much he is.
Mm.
So, the answer to that is that the car just was looking for another favor, basically, and was turned down. So if you were looking at this from a human standpoint, yeah, it's kind of like an old friend from high school looking to crash on your couch and you say no. That's what happened.
Yeah, okay.
And then, if the analogy followed, the friend forcibly broke into the house to crash on his couch. That's pretty much the answer to that.
One weird ass friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there anything else that you could have done to piss? Did you have any intention of following through with the car's plan?
Nope.
Did it know this?
Yep.
Yeah, completely honest, yes, because he told it outright, yes. He told it, no, I don't want to help you.
I told it literally to go fuck itself.
Yeah, exactly.
If I remember quite.
Yeah, he literally came out and said, I'm not going to help you. Go elsewhere.
Apparently that makes me its bitch compared to somebody that's named Shaggy.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
I've never heard of anybody that says straight out to people, go fuck yourself, as their bitch, but sure.
Well, you were its bitch, but now you're not, okay?
When was I that car's bitch? Please explain when.
Okay, when you decided to...
Oh, you mean when
whatever.
It trapped me inside of a coma and I had to do the job to get the fuck out?
Mm-hmm. Basically.
From
I don't know
Preben's
what you're talking about.
From Preben's perspective, yeah, he was trapped somewhere that he couldn't leave, and was being taught how to drive a vehicle and have powers of telekinesis and stuff like that.
Wasn't this was trapped in the dream for like a few thousand years, but it was only like a few minutes for us or a night?
No, that was something else.
Okay.
That was
Stop getting
because
trapped in dreams, dude.
That was because Preben tried to destroy company property. That was a different thing.
Oh, that's right. Bro, we like you around. Stop.
Who's gonna be my meat shield then, if you die, Preben?
Can't die because I'm too much of a meat shield.
Is he so thick? I mean, gordo, like chonky, that like bullets just stop.
Yes.
Perfect.
Pretty
Love it.
much.
Well, in game, he has a lot of armor, so that helps. But
Well, true, but I mean, if his sheer muscle and fat can stop it, like that's relatively interesting.
Maybe that's gonna be the next thing I ask for.
he just gets the supernatural power of reflective fat.
That's the reflective
How about?
fatness.
Do you want to try this tomorrow? With your life?
Okay. So yeah. Would you guys like to do anything else? Do you have any more questions?
Should probably find a more secure location for this thing, since it's a hot target for the anomalous right now.
Can we talk to security to figure out how the fuck a werecar got the fuck inside? Like, did it Misty step inside or what the fuck?
Nonny.
It's ethereal. You can just
Ethereal,
go
so
through it.
ghostly. So,
Ethereal.
ooh,
First of
let me
all-
just pass through straight to a wall.
She has a legitimate question.
Thank you.
Because-
I don't care if it's ethereal. That fool.
She is part of security, so she does have a legitimate question.
Matt, I love you.
Because
Have my babies.
Because nothing should be able to teleport within the building. A, without the building's permission, or B, entering the building forcefully. So nothing should be able to enter the building at all. It doesn't matter.
Preach it, brother.
Doesn't matter if it can teleport. Doesn't matter if it, because the building in its part of its construction, parts of it are made of black rock, so nothing should be able to penetrate through it.
I say very correctly, Matt. Parts of it.
Correct.
That doesn't mean the whole
The
thing.
entirety of the research floor has a part of its construction, like it's all cordoned off with black rock.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that it was able to get onto that floor in the first place is a question still.
So you're saying we have an imposter among us?
Oh.
Amogus. No, do not look at me.
Okay. I will not confirm or deny that, but security, like when Lonnie goes and asks security, how did this happen? How did you guys let this happen? Security simply tells you guys that they are doing an investigation. So the answer is nobody knows right now.
So can you just give permission to let anomalous thing enter the building?
Like I said, that is one way. Is that either the building allows them in or something forces its way in. So if something somehow found a way to force its way in, then that could work too. But if you want to look into the avenue of like people who could possibly allow permissions for entry, those sorts of things, you can look into that. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying that there are other possibilities. Not just that one. Just clarifying that. So, do you still want to look into who could possibly allow people into the building?
Is there
Do you
like
think that would eat up too much time?
Is there like a big giant hole in the side of the facility? Perhaps forcing its way in?
There's more than one way to force their way in, but the answer to that is no. There's no, like, giant smoking hole like there was in the side of the Twin Towers when a plane forced its way in. No, there's nothing like that.
Okay, dumb question. The entirety of it, top, bottom, all sides, or is it just a portion of it?
Specific portions are covered in black rock. The entirety, however, the entirety of the building is an anomalous object.
Right. No, I mean in the research area.
In the research area? What specifically about the research area?
the entire area is top, bottom, all sides, or
Like,
is it just like top and
the
bottom
walls,
sides?
floors, and ceilings of the
Yes.
entire research place are lined with black rock in order to
Okay.
prevent things from escaping or forcibly entering to make things escape. That is the
Okay,
purpose.
that was my question. All right.
Like, let's say you capture something that is the target desire of a cult, for example. To prevent the cult from, say, teleporting in instantaneously, they have black rock around it. So that way, the only way in there is to go through the elevator or some other way to get into the floor, like physically.
Maybe the car just got into the elevator.
That is a possibility. Because there are cargo elevators big enough to hold larger objects. So,
Yeah, but do we have that in the facility?
yes.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
there's a
it might-
tiny problem because we also already had a walking killer fridge teleport into the building suddenly.
Yes, into the cafeteria. Not the
Matt, a
research.
cargo elevator is a freight elevator, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, it can like hold large boxes and other things that are very large.
Right. All right.
But yes, something did teleport into the cafeteria, which is why I'm saying it's not impossible for things to teleport in, but it is impossible for things to teleport onto the research floor.
Okay.
So, there are unanswered questions. Would anybody like to
Shaggy.
do anything?
Yeah, Shaggy, you and your video game-ness, have you ever encountered anything like this?
Well, which part?
Something randomly teleporting in to places.
Oh yes, for sure.
Oh
Like,
yeah, oh yeah.
90% of video games, they have spawners where things just appear into... like, it's just a thing.
This is just what is it called? A fast travel checkpoint that people can just go in. Basically.
Or in, like, any game with magic, like a teleportation circle, anything like that. So yeah, like I said, 90% of video games have an equivalent, whether or not it perfectly aligns.
By
I'm
the
Martha
way,
motherfucking Stewart.
Matt,
You think she plays video games? She gets high with Snoop Dogg. That's all she do.
Okay.
Matt,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna have to leave like super early today. I just got a message from a friend. He's not in a good space.
Oh,
So when he gets home, I'm gonna kind of have to keep him company.
Okay.
okay.
So just let us know. But if you want to do anything in particular, Preben, because of what
I
just
don't know.
happened, let us know because we would want to.
Well, the only thing is that I'm wanna kind of be a little bit mad at Joshua because I did tell him about this before this happened.
Yes.
We actually had a whole fucking meeting about it, and they did jack shit about it.
The answer was that they didn't know where the car was, so they didn't know how to track it. Was the problem. But you had an inside way to track it. You could summon it, basically, in your dreams, if you so willed it. But...
Do we have...
We did.
You
Sorry.
did.
We
Accidentally
did.
when nobody was tracking you.
No. We did. When we went to that psychic woman, or whatever.
No, there was a psychic guy. There
Yeah.
was a psychic guy, but you used him to try to help Lonnie.
No.
Yes.
He was... No, he looked at... He was looking in when I did the thing.
No, you guys didn't ever do that. That's the problem. You guys didn't ever sit down and actually try to contact it again after you told it no. Because you didn't know that it was trying to contact you until it contacted you the first time, and that was the only time you contacted it. That's part of the problem.
I'm sure we contacted that thing again. That was like the whole fucking thing while you went up there. to get the guy to look in, try and track him to where he was. when
Nope,
I
it was
contacted
for Lonnie.
Yeah, that was for Lonnie.
Well, I guess as usual, my plans went to shit.
Yeah, everybody got distracted with Lonnie's stuff, is what happened.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, don't sweat it.
And let me just say,
Well, it's the thought that counts, Matt. It's the thought that counts.
let me just say that contacting it again is not off the table. You can try to contact it again.
Didn't it get eliminated?
No,
The car? No.
it
No.
smashed into a BlackRock pole, which crumpled the front engine of it, and it disappeared, and then told it, like, you could hear a disembodied voice saying retreat. Which was what the voice of the car was. So, you assume that the vehicle just retreated and was heavily damaged.
Retreated to where?
Exactly, you don't know. Let me just say, there are a few things that you can do if nobody has any ideas.
I'm on blanks here.
Alright.
I'll give you guys a few seconds to try to think of something.
Yeah, there's actually one thing I'm wondering about.
Okay.
But this has probably already been said now and the last session when I was gone, and you guys probably told me about this, and I didn't listen right now.
Okay.
What happened to the girl made of soap and the drunk guy? And
Thank you.
the answer to that is nobody has looked in on them yet.
Awesome!
Yeah, we
I
could
want
look
to go
into
look in
them
on
yet.
those and get those people. The whole
Well,
fucking
we
research on
can't
the fucking
until the
thing.
place is secure.
The place is secure. That's why you
Great.
guys are just sitting around watching security footage.
Yeah, covered in blood and bruises. Ah, another day at the job.
Yes, the place is secure. The other rangers, because this is a agency, not just one team of people. Yeah, the rest of the rangers have gone around and secured the facility. So,
Okay.
at least the parts of the facility that they can secure. So, AKA, they haven't gone down to the Forgotten Floor or anything like that. But everything else is secure. Because there are even floors that they haven't explored yet. Because this place is, like, infinitely tall. So... But the areas that are part of the agency are secure.
So why don't we just summon the dude again and then have Preben, like, battle it out in some grand old battle royale, or try to talk to it and say, like, yo, dude, chill.
The answer is, you guys haven't tried that yet. That's the only answer.
I don't see Preben fight with a monster, with a ghost.
You guys
ghost
have
car.
seen me fight a lot of different stuff.
I haven't seen you fight an anonymous entity.
Anonymous entity?
Yeah, you have.
Who?
Scarecrow.
But I could see him. He wasn't like a ghost.
The blood-sucking thing that I can't remember the name of right now.
Basically everything in the Forgotten Floor.
Yeah, and the kitty cat.
Yeah, but he's talking
My
about
kitty cat! My fucking kitty cat!
Let me just say that there is a way to destroy that thing that you haven't discovered. But anyway. So,
Yeah, we just cut the brake line
Yeah,
and
well,
let it
Good
stop.
luck getting out of that church.
yes, for now, the Forgotten Floor is relatively safe, so you could try to bring people down there to try to secure it. but you
Literally
haven't
just
done
the
that.
alligator thing left.
Yeah, you haven't.
And it's actually pretty docile. It just wants some human flesh, and we have a lot of D-class personnel to go around.
There are ways to get around it, yes, but
Yeah.
let me just say that none of that has happened. So what would you like
Yet.
to try to make happen?
Well, first off, I want to look in on the guys that we went down there for. Try and break the curse.
Great. So.
Wait, so we're not going to summon the werecar and, like, have Preben talk to it?
the answer is you're not doing that yet.
Later.
So,
Hmm.
is there anything else that any of you guys would like to look into? Because, like I said, there's a lot of loose ends here that you guys could try to grasp onto. But
Check the elevator, maybe.
okay,
Like the cargo elevator, because it's, in my opinion, the only way he could get in.
perhaps you can look there.
Do I find anything?
Okay, I'll add that to the list. I just want to see if anybody else has anything that they want to do. So,
Summon the werecar. Have Preben talk to it.
okay. There's 3 things on the list. Is that the list for now?
I want to at least try help figure out how this place become a travel point for every anomalous entity ever.
Okay, that is. Let me just say that you do know a little bit, and the answer to that is, it's an open question. Still, they're looking into that. There are hypotheses about this, but nothing that unfortunately is concrete enough to be a sufficient answer. But if you wish to look into that, you can try. I'll just say that ever since they found this building to use it as a base, that has been an open question. So,
Oh, never mind then.
Can that car drink alcohol?
No, but he can create it out of thin air.
yeah, as it turns out.
I mean, I was pretty much blitzed off my mind most of the time when I was with that car. But then again, what are you gonna do? I'm a drunk, and it can create whatever alcohol I wanted from the glove box.
Let me just say that the car found ways to keep you docile.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
found
Fred
you
is
do
your
not
not
like
want
Fred.
to. You do not want to know me sober. That's for sure.
it found your weakness pretty quickly.
That's a weird ball of coke.
It's a liter.
And it's glass, isn't it?
Yeah, Mexican Coke.
What?
What? What?
What?
So it says instead of Coca-Cola, it says Coca-Cola.
No. En vaso usivo para refresco. Sí, Spanish.
It's actually a very well known thing that Mexican Coca-Cola has more sugar in it. So.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna say,
Really?
do you guys have Mexican Coke in Canada? Sorry, I was rude.
If we don't order it in now, we have to order.
Okay, because in like California and I'm pretty sure Texas, it's kind of like a small big deal.
Well, yeah, because you're close to the border, but yeah.
True story.
Either way, so I have the 3 things on the list. So we'll start with some of the smaller things. We'll go to Lonnie's friends. The Infinity Man. He can still be Infinity Man. His powers are not gone.
Even in. Okay.
Yeah, because the reason you fought that fight that you fought was because you wanted to keep the good sides of the wish and not get the downsides. So yeah, he still has powers. He just doesn't feel the pain every time he lets something bad happen. So
good.
Yeah, and the soap lady is no longer made of soap, but is
Beyonce still Beyonce?
The answer to that is she can actually choose whether or not to look like her. So that gets rid of all the downsides. So yeah, the soap lady is always clean, and the guy who wanted beer for life, basically, he can basically summon beer stuff instead of sweat it constantly and be constantly drunk. So
You owe me a beer, good sir. 15.
he snaps his fingers and a full frothing mug of beer appears on the table next to you.
Yeah, this is gonna sound weird, but do you want to marry me?
Guys, what if we try keeping Preben sober? Try and getting him sober.
That's not gonna end well.
No. I don't want
Maybe
to
I-
particularly fight him.
You could try if Preben either submits to it or fails enough rolls to be forced into it. But
What if we zip tie him to a
yeah,
chair?
but he would be able to.
That
roll
will hold
against-
me.
He would be able to roll against that. You see. So you
Can
might
try.
not get him. You might not get him, but you can try. Just like if someone were try to capture you, you can roll against that. He can roll against you trying to capture him. So, yeah. You can't just say, I captured him. It doesn't work that way. Unfortunately. So, yeah, so that's thing number one. Unless you wanted to go more in-depth in checking on those people. They appear to be fine, is the answer. And have gotten rid of the negative effects that they were suffering from.
Woo.
So,
You are welcome, my people.
I mean, that's the reason you fought that fight that could have killed you.
So did the guy say yes or no?
Which guy? Oh, to marry
The guy that
you?
made beer. Yeah.
I will roll a thing first. Let me just say that you probably know what I'm rolling for, but I need to roll for that. I need to roll a D2. I'm rolling this in secret. Okay. Okay, so that's the answer to thing 1 that I needed to roll. So I need you, Preben, to roll 1 dice. 1 D20.
820. Look at me, not 20 it, not 20 it, not 20.
This guy is overweight. Like, he's extraordinarily overweight.
Like Preben.
So, is it basically another Shaggy?
In size, yes. And he's not very attractive in the conventional sense, even factoring in his overweight status.
Does he have dad bod or is he strictly overweight?
He is like
Like the
maybe,
common American.
He's
on a
like,
scooter.
He's like 5 feet tall and like 300 pounds. So yeah, he's overweight.
All right. Gotcha.
Yeah, so the average American man.
Yes, exactly. Pretty much. And again, he's like even for someone who's overweight, he's low on the scale of attractiveness. But yet still, he answers, and I did roll a thing. He is attracted to males. And even so, he says, not right now, dude. Maybe another time. Unfortunately,
I mean,
you rolled too low.
Only reason I want to marry you is just because you can make beer, basically. So, but you can marry this guy. I mean, you guys look alike. And if you guys have a kid, it will literally be Son of the Blob. We can make a new movie.
He smiles slightly. He's not as angry at you anymore. And he goes, "You're attractive and all. It's just not right now."
Oh, I'm
You
not
roll high
gay, so it wouldn't be that fun, I guess.
Oh, well then, never mind. Apparently, you were joking.
Yeah, but I will have another beer, though.
He snaps his fingers, and another one appears. Another frothy mug full.
I like a
Yeah,
beer
I
as
wish I
well.
was rich, then I could keep you like an intern or something. An assistant.
I do have a limit to how much I can summon per day, but here, he summons one for the samurai-looking dude standing next to you. Tenjiro.
Thank you. Very good guy.
It's an American lager, is what he summons, because you didn't specify, so.
It's fine. It's alcohol.
So, yeah. Like he said, he does have a relative limit. He can't, like, just keep summoning things infinitely on himself. He can only summon enough to make him perpetually drunk. So, when he summons it for other people, that's also factored in. So, yeah, he can't summon infinite.
So how drunk are we talking about? Like where he's puking and upset, or he's like having a good time?
If he wishes, he can get himself blackout drunk.
Okay, cool.
If he wishes.
Thank you.
But as part of his powers, he does know how much it would take to get him that far. Exactly to the, like, molecule. So, that's fun. But otherwise, he doesn't have any supernatural powers at all, so other than this, he is not helpful.
Alright.
It was helpful for Eban.
Well, I mean, yeah, if he was just to follow Preben around, yeah, he would be useful to Preben, but other than that, but either way, yeah, those guys are perfectly okay. Somebody is crinkling something very loudly. Okay. Oh, food. Wonderful. So, the answer is that they are fine. And again, if you have anything else that you wish to try to interact with them with, then they're fine. The answer is they're fine. They're even better than before. However, due to their interaction with the paranatural, and the fact that they've been brought to this base, they are basically, like, now forcefully conscripted to be part of the base. And
I
with
want to
all
ask if they know.
And with all the casualties that happened at the base because of the attack, they do need new people, so win-win, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's a win for Preben.
It definitely is a win for him. But they do
Now, what kind of alcohol is it? Is it the Norwegian that you guys are used to, or is it American?
I already
Told
them. I already told them. It is.
Love it.
Since they didn't specify, he summoned an American log. So that's what he summoned. If they requested something else, he can summon other things, but again, the amount that he can summon depends on how much it would take to get him personally blackout drunk. That is the limit of how far he can summon.
Oh, okay.
So,
I mean, I guess the guy's tolerance should be pretty freaking high, considering what he's been doing for the last years.
It is relatively high, but it's not infinite. Is the answer. So, what would you guys like to do otherwise? There was two other things. One of the more minor things is somebody brought up that they wanted to investigate the cargo elevator. So, we will bring the group there. So, the cargo elevator entrance is at your disposal. Since you guys are the inter department group, like you're part of the interdepartment initiative, they have given you access because they consider that they basically thinking that you're doing an investigation on what happened. So, yeah, you have access. You have unbridled access to the cargo elevator. Currently, it is closed. So there's two metal doors that slide together to close, just like a regular elevator. And that's what you're currently standing in front of. So what would you like to do?
Is there any cameras around?
Yes, there are.
Can someone hack into them and look what has been going through there? If someone open those doors for them, or
Okay. First off, you don't need to hack because you're part of the agency, so you can just
I can
request
just
the
ask.
footage. Yeah.
I can ask for it. I'm security.
Yeah, basically. So you can basically just request the footage. So as the footage is being prepared, is there anything else that you would like to do in the meantime? Because basically they're like making a physical medium for you to look at the footage, basically. So while that is happening, what would you like to look at otherwise in the elevator? And everybody's here, not just him. So Tenjiro is also here, but you guys are also
smart people do something?
there. Okay, great.
Is there like a dog unit or something like that that senses paranormal shit?
Are you?
Can't we get a paranormal reader then around it, and just with a paranormal reader?
Yes, you can do that, and some of you have them on your persons, so you can attempt to do that yourself.
Okay.
So, like Shaggy, he has that as part of his like goggles, his night vision goggles.
Shaggy, do it.
Well, what am I looking for?
Traces of paranormal activity.
Well, isn't this elevator paranormal?
It is, yes, but you can with your trained eye roll to see if you can see any differences between what's naturally there and what may have been left behind by something that shouldn't have been there.
Sure, I'll take a look.
All right. I'll get you to roll. Yep.
19.
So with a 19, yes, you can tell that something has recently been here, and it's left a very, very heavy trace of residual paranatural air behind it. As in, the air was affected by how heavily paranatural this object was as it came by.
Okay. Where can I see where the air leads?
It leads into the cargo elevator, of course. But if you're looking the opposite direction, sure, I'll let you guys follow that. You follow it all the way to the entrance of the building, where it suddenly vanishes. Like, on the exterior of the entrance of the building, it vanishes.
So this fool comes in, all invisible and stuff, and is like, you did a thing, and now I'm taking you with me. Like some cheesy villain?
Let me just say that you haven't watched
Pretty
the
much.
security footage, so you don't know for sure, but the answer is it appeared to teleport to the entrance of the building and then just came on in. That's what it looks like.
Is there any security cameras by the entrance?
Yes, and that security footage is being prepared.
Okay. Cool.
So if you guys want to wait for the security footage, you can do that if you don't have any other ideas.
Well, I wanna shop while we wait.
Okay. All right.
Because I got stuff to buy.
Yomba is the shopping assistant of the group. He is always shopping. So, what do you want?
All right, here we go. I want tripwires.
Okay.
I need those.
Oh yeah, that's simple. That's like $20.
Shouldn't that be provided for us pro bono? Matt, couldn't this be provided for us pro bono because we are doing an investigation and this is necessary for our advancement in the case?
Tripwires are necessary for your investigation?
It totally isn't.
100%. 100% is.
The answer is it's $20 for a package of tripwire, and it's like got a length of, I don't know, 200 feet of tripwire. So that way you have to keep track of it, unfortunately.
Okay. And some heavy tranquilizer ammo.
Okay, done. Another $100 for a box of, let's just say, 30.
Do you want that shit upgraded with BlackRock?
Tranquilizer ammo? No.
Nah.
Okay, the answer is no. Okay, so done.
Yeah. And I want a noise cancelling headphones, which is anomaly proof. If
Okay,
that's
so make
possible.
them anomaly proof, even with your discount since you're at the agency.
Okay.
Yeah, $500.
Without anomaly proof then.
Without, if you're going without, $250. So
Okay, I'll take 250.
you can get them upgraded later for an additional $250 if you so wish.
Alright. And I want some realistic instant blow up doll with military uniforms.
The guy in the armory looks at you very quizzically,
Oh, it's for decoys.
and he goes, "Oh, okay.
Yeah, right.
It
Well-
totally is, dude.
Well, either way,
That's exactly
since he
what a
says-
serial killer would say. So
Since he says that, they're not going to be installed with any form of pleasure-making attachment.
Yes.
So,
Good.
So, as a result, they won't be as expensive as they would have been if they did. Yeah, just a
Wait, okay, wait. Just wait. Okay. Can't you buy one with? Just so Lonnie
No.
could make them fuck that in a fight. You just blow it up and just throw it there.
Okay. To be
He's
fair,
right, though. He's right.
to be fair, that is a good idea.
He's right.
If you want to buy that, buy it yourself.
I'm buying that shit. Give me 5 of them.
Oh God, why?
He has no money to his name at the current moment, so he cannot.
Fuck.
So
Can someone
You're-
that buy me that?
let me just say you'll have an opportunity to buy it, just not
no.
right now. Okay. So we'll wait a few minutes. Just wait a little
So,
while.
so how much?
For each one, $25.
I'll take up to 200. So 8.
Oh, up to $200. I thought you were saying 200, and I was like, whoa, that's a lot of decoys.
That's a lot of decoys.
Shaggy's just walking around with a skyscraper worth of decoys.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
And-
so you want 8.
Yup.
Done. You have those. They are currently deflated, and each one has a little auto pump on it. So you just press a button and it just goes.
Okay. And I want some decoy grenades, which is gunfire noise.
Just gunfire noise.
Yep.
They'll just give you like a tiny little cheap electronic device that just has a speaker on it that makes gunfire sounds if you want. You don't really need a grenade or anything specifically.
Yeah, whatever. How much?
Super cheap, little cheap thing. $10 each.
5.
Done.
And gonna buy some more smoke bombs. Because they're saving my life.
Alright, you can refill based on the prices that we agreed upon before, if you so wish.
That was for 10 grenades. How much was that?
Oh, they came in packs of 6.
Oh, 6.
Yep.
Okay. What was the price? I don't recall.
I don't 100% recall, so then we will agree that they are for a pack of 6 200.
Okay. And I want some odor grenades, which is some for
just stink bombs.
Yeah, so like surströmming, for instance.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and some fresh bacon.
Bacon.
Okay.
Ew.
Kids in elementary school can afford stink bombs. So yeah, you can get those pretty cheap, like $5 per bomb.
Okay, I'll
You
buy
can
5.
make your own.
Yeah, you can also make your own. Yes.
Bleach and pee in it.
Fuck that.
Yeah, but he wants specific scents, so yeah, $5 each.
Okay. I buy 5 of each, so that's $50. Yeah, that's it.
All right, the shopping spree. Everybody stops by the armory as Shaggy buys a bunch of stuff.
I gotta go. I will see you guys
Okay,
hopefully
so,
soon.
yeah.
I hope. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah, she had to help somebody, so just like Preben is going to soon. So
that was $870 on the drain.
but hopefully it was well spent.
I think so.
Okay. So, do you guys just want to look at the footage now, or?
Yes.
Okay. You guys look at the footage. There is an exterior security camera, and that footage is prepared as well. The exterior security camera shows just a regular looking dude in a business suit walking by the building. Suddenly, he stops in front of the building. He walks into the building. And he just goes over to the cargo elevator and enters the cargo elevator. And once he reaches the research floor, there's a missing frame. And after that missing frame, suddenly there is a car in the elevator. And the car vanishes after like 2 seconds. And then the cargo elevator opens on the research floor. And the man is in a pile of gore on the floor. Which was removed afterward. After the members of security actually show you when the security personnel went in the cargo elevator and removed the chunky debris from the elevator.
So who is he?
Don't know.
Does he work here?
That's a good question, and the answer is no.
Can we identify him by the video?
That'll take some time. That'll take some time. You can get some people to work on it that are part of the agency, but it'll take some time.
I want to work on it, or I want to make a. You know what I mean?
Yep. You're looking into it. Great. That's happening. So, the third thing was Preben going into a dream, so that is a major story event. So, would anybody like to do anything else before that? And if Preben has to leave, then we'll just do something else for a bit.
That is kind of why I don't really want to start that.
Okay, that's fine.
That event.
If,
Because I don't know when I have to leave.
That's fair. So if everybody is okay with just looking into something else for now, we can do that.
Sure.
Okay. So what would you guys like to look into? And the next thing that you guys do, perhaps next session, depending on what happens, we'll see. We'll just go right into Prebin's dream stuff, but we'll see what happens today. So, what would you guys like to look into, other than that? Because there is
We're
lots.
going. We're first going to look into Preben stuff.
Yes, but since didn't you just listen?
Yes, it's late for me as well.
Since he's not sure when he has to leave, he would
Ah.
rather do something else.
Because if we start that and I leave, then I'm guessing you're gonna stop everything, aren't you?
Well, not everything. We can say that okay, we cut to a different time and
Oh yeah. Are we able to, quote unquote, learn stuff now?
oh yeah, I forgot about that entirely. Yes, each of you has earned, since the Forgotten Floor isn't safe, but you completed somebody's backstory, you guys have earned each 3 experience. Including you, new Japanese guy, so you have a bunch of experience.
What can I do with it?
Get stronger.
Ask your companions, cause
What can I do, boys, with the experience?
You can learn skills and get more dice rolls by doing stuff.
Can
Yeah.
I learn new skills?
yes, you can.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You can. And by the way, guys, he has 9 experience at the moment because he just gained 3 and he had 6.
What the fuck?
What?
Jesus.
It's because
Somebody
I only
has not
gave
been
him the
spending
basic
points.
stuff. I only gave him the basic stuff for his character, and to level him up to be to you guys each earned 6 experience. Therefore, I gave him 6 experience to start off. So now he has 9.
Neat.
So, I will
Okay.
say, since he doesn't really know, might not really know what to spend it on now, I'll give you guys some time to think about it, and we'll move on. We can do something else. And between next week, when we meet up again, you guys could have leveled up in the meantime. So, used your experience to buy things. So, that way Preben can help him during the week if he needs it. So,
Yeah.
to level
Okay.
up.
I can
Uh,
take a trip up to Preben once in this week if it's fine.
What?
I can take a visit to you so you can help with stuff.
Why are you gonna visit me?
Just because I want to see how you isolated the fucking the Down Under and make fun out of it.
Why the fuck would you make fun about him? He has a sweet ass place.
Well, I know how he. I want to see how he isolated because he's getting cold up from the basement. He's getting
Oh.
cold. I want to see how it. So what? Maybe
He's
it's
talking
something.
about isolation, like house isolation.
Yeah.
Ah.
So I want to see how it's done, and maybe I can find something how I can make it better there, without using money.
Mm.
Alright, so is there anything else you guys would like to do? Because you guys got 3 experience, but since I didn't remember to give you guys the experience last time, yeah, you might want to think about what you want. So we'll say that you guys can think about that during the week. So
Yeah, well, I'm already ready with mine.
okay, if you want to get stuff, you can, but in the interest of keeping the game going, is there anything
Yeah.
else that you want to do? Because we did stall out on a few games, and I want to
Yeah.
avoid from doing that. And then we'll just sort of talk about what you guys did next week. So we're going to do that next week.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, it's Christmas next week?
It is. So
Oh
if-
yeah.
he's actually
So-
right.
so people might not be able to meet up next week, so then it will be the week after that.
Yeah, I can't come.
It's
Which-
New Year's as well.
Yeah.
If people can't meet up that week either, then it will be the week after that.
No, the 31st is literally New Year's.
Yeah.
Well, actually, 31st is New Year's Eve, and then New Year's Day is the 1st.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna get drunk.
Fair enough. So
Ugh.
if people can't meet up that day, then we'll just meet up the week after.
I might can meet up late on next Friday.
Yeah, we'll see.
Pretty-
We'll see. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Yep,
We'll
yep.
talk about that.
Okay.
So what do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna put a lot more time into the Cult of Abscess, researching on that. Abscess, nah,
As in the excessive. You know what that word
Ah.
means.
access.
Yes. It's excess.
Excess.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is the word.
So I'll be looking into them.
Okay, you can start looking into those. Does everybody wish to help him with that?
No.
No. Great.
No.
That's science shit. Science is stuff that not particularly good in. So yeah.
Well, let me just say that they were the guys that attacked you, that were crazy and had things in their forehead.
Yeah.
You don't want to help them look into that. Just saying, you don't have
Maybe.
Okay. We'll just say that everybody is sort of hanging out for now, and if people are needed, then Gio will call them. How about that? So, yeah, and if a sufficient enough time passes, then I'll give everybody else updates on certain things.
Okay,
So-
Matt. Can I add how so I can get 9 new skills by my experience, right?
If you
Depending
just
what
want
it is.
new skills, yeah.
Or I can upgrade those skills I have.
If you
Yep.
wish to upgrade skills you have, then it costs more experience to do so.
Okay.
Yeah. So, if you want to upgrade a skill, it costs 2 experience and it gives you 2 extra dice.
So you can go all out on one thing. For example, your katana or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could get more dice than that, but then you pretty much have no experience left over if you do that.
Okay. I want to add new ability. I want to when I go into battle, I want to put on a Japanese war armor.
Okay, so do you want it to be like like a physical object that you put on, or do you want it to be like a supernatural thing that you can like summon in battle?
Summon in battle, for fuck's sake.
Okay, so it's
Cool.
the supernatural armor. Yeah, you can get that. Yep. So, because your character is the same as Preben's character type. So you can get some supernatural ability. So yeah, you can just summon paranatural armor. That'll cost you 1 experience to get. And then if you want to improve that, then that'll cost other
Yeah, I
things
understand.
later. So, yeah, so you can roll, now instead of rolling 1 dice when you are hit, you can roll 3 dice. So that's good.
Yeah.
Because now you have some armor. And you get to choose what the armor looks like and everything. So
I know already how it's gonna look.
fair enough. So continue thinking about what you want. You can add that to your sheet if you want. So
Yeah.
okay, great. So yeah. So Gio, what do you want to do?
As I said, try to find out where they come from, what they did, and what they're actually all about. Using the knowledge that I get it from the chip as weird, language.
Okay. There are other people who were looking into that, and some of which you had rescued. So you can ask them for help if you so wish.
Which I certainly will.
Okay. So, what's the first thing that you want to look into? Do you want to look into the language? Do you want to examine the purpose of the chip more? Or do you want to find out more, like, factual information about the cult itself? Where do you want to start?
The language. If we can crack that, we can crack a lot.
Sure.
Like if we find something about out and it's in that language, well, then we immediately hit a roadblock.
All right, I'm going to get you to roll your research, so 3 dice.
If I can find that right. There we go, 3 dice.
18.
18.
All right. So you spend quite a bit of time on a facility computer trying to decrypt the language that seems to automatically encrypt itself, which what you've done is you've managed to, with the help of some other staff from the agency, because it's not necessarily your specialty, but you do end up creating an algorithm that tries to stabilize the language in such a way that you can decipher what it means and then hold it in place so that way when it changes, you can just put it back to where it was.
Oh, a counter, so to say.
Yeah, so you're developing an algorithm. The algorithm is going to take it's working. The algorithm is working, but it's not going to give you any immediate results. Because it's trying to discern patterns in the language, how it changes, those sorts of things. So your algorithm is running. You're not sure how long it's going to take, though, to decipher anything. So you have that happening. It's a pretty complex algorithm, by the way, to do.
I did
Considering
believe.
there's algorithms that try to de-encrypt things, and those are extraordinarily complicated. And this thing keeps re-encrypting itself, so it's even more complicated. So, but yes, you've developed something that you think will work. And let me just say, out of character with an 18, yeah, it's going to work, but it's just going to take some time.
And then, well, look into the chips, as that is the closest thing we have to, well, an insight into, well, the cult, so to say.
All right. You have 3 individuals who are currently chipped already that you can try to communicate with.
Nah. Let's not do that.
I'm just saying that exists if you want to look into that. You have a bunch of chips that were forcefully removed from people that you can also try to experiment with if you so wish. You also remember that there was a particularly not very happy prisoner that doesn't normally talk very much that you implanted the chip in before, and you got some results, not much that helped you, but you did get somewhere. If you wish to bring him back, they have him on standby.
No, I'm going with route D, the chip itself.
Okay, you can examine its physicalness if you so wish.
Because there's the data that's on it, and well, since it's also in that encrypted language, since I now have a counter to that, see what's on it.
You grab some of the other chips, and it appears that they all have similar instructions on them. As in, the information when you first gathered it appeared to be the same off of each one. But as you try to examine it further, it just encrypts itself again. So, as you gathered the information, it was the same, but then it just auto-encrypts itself as soon as you try to do any more in-depth examination of it. So, it seems as though there was an initial purpose, that it did want to remain consistent with, but as soon as you start futzing around with it, then it changes itself.
Yeah, which the counter is there to, well, prevent that, as you said.
Well, it's there to try to, and it's currently working on it, but it hasn't gotten you any definitive results yet.
Okay,
So when
then
you
I'll let.
you feed that additional data into the machine as it's running the algorithm, and that does speed it up, but other than that, it doesn't like give you immediate answers or anything.
I'll let that run for a while until, well, we have answers. That's the closest I can get for now.
Okay.
And then we'll see what kind of info I can get that's here already on it, the cult itself.
All right. So, going to quickly look something up.
And I have to switch machines.
Okay, great. So we'll see what everybody else wants to do while I look.
So I'll be right back.
So what does everybody else want to do? Anything?
I want to start brewing some alcohol.
Okay, great.
See you next week.
But yes, you can start that. You can start on that. I'll say that the facility. I'll give you two options. The agency has access to an anomalous, some anomalous brewing equipment. So, like supernatural brewing equipment that you could try to experiment with, or
I want to try that.
just a second. I'll give you the second option. The second option is everybody has quarters, like places where they sleep and stay. They can bring you just regular brewing equipment as long as you volunteer that some of the stuff that you end up brewing, some other people can try it that are part of the agency. So they can bring stuff to your room, or you can experiment with the supernatural brewing equipment. Or both. You can do both.
Both.
Okay. So they'll have some regular, like non-supernatural brewing equipment shipped to your room, your quarters. But you can also try to experiment with the supernatural brewing equipment. So, it looks like some ancient distilling equipment is in this room.
Ooh.
Like really old stuff, like perhaps before the 10th century.
Yeah.
Equipment. So there's some old stuff here. What would you like to do with it?
I would like inspecting it and cleaning it first before I make something.
Okay. You start cleaning it up, and yeah, it's in decent condition. Not perfect condition, but it's usable.
Yeah.
One of the scientists approaches you, and he says that you know, we've been trying different things with this. We've been putting different fruits and vegetables within the equipment and in the vats. And it always turns out differently. We haven't been able to find a consistency yet. If you want to try it out, go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna try brewing some normal beer.
He nods. We've tried that, and it always comes out different, but let's see what happens when you try. So, yeah, since you're running an experiment, the supplies are free. Like they already have the supplies ready. So they hand you everything you need. So do you want to put anything special in it? Just regular crap? What do you want to put in it?
I want to put a shot of vodka in it.
Okay. Done. So you start mixing that in the vat, and we will see what results from that once it finishes distilling. So, Do you want to put another batch in your regular stuff?
Yes, just a regular beer.
Okay. All right. You
I don't
throw
want to
that
make
in-
a lot of it.
You throw that in your regular distillery.
Hmm.
They supply you the supplies for free, again, as long as you're willing to share the product with other
Yeah.
people in the facility. So, all right, that is all started up.
Good.
And Preben,
Yes.
you do witness him like carrying around brewing supplies as you're walking down the hallway at one point. If you wish to interact with him in this at all.
No.
Okay.
I know I have time because it takes time.
And he
But-
knows he's gonna get anyways.
But yeah, you just look at him, and it appears that he has just, since he's in the living quarters area, he's just walking around with regular like beer brewing supplies. You don't specifically know that he is working on the experimental stuff yet. He might share that with you later, but right now he hasn't told
I'm gonna make him drink that.
you. Let me just say that paranatural brewing equipment produces some interesting effects. So we'll see.
Ooh.
We'll see what happens next week, because it's probably going to take that long for any results
Yeah.
to come out of it. So, all right. And you specifically don't have to write down the supplies that you use or anything, but the scientists will be keeping track, so they will be interested in the results of whatever comes of what you do. So,
But I do have a skill as well in brewing.
yes, I am factoring that in. So
Yeah.
when we get to the results thing, then you'll get to roll, and we will determine how well things happen and
Yeah.
everything. So, all right. So that is happening. Anybody else got minor things that they want to try to get in, or major things if they have those?
How do I get money?
You guys need to get paid for your job, which hasn't happened yet. So,
Oh.
you can try to bug them to fast track your payment. That is a thing that you can try.
Nah. I
Okay.
can wait.
All right. Perfect. Okay. So, anybody else got stuff?
I think I'm good, actually.
Me too.
What about Preben? Anything?
I think I'm good, man.
Okay. So I'm just looking up stuff for Geo's thing. Okay. That's not going to be helpful. Okay, I will change that. Do. So much dead air. I can give you guys ideas of things to do, because there's plenty of stuff that needs done that isn't being done.
Go ahead.
Okay, So first off, there was an attack of creatures that you don't know what they are that happened, also, on a different floor.
Yep.
So do you guys want to look into that at all?
On a different floor, which floor?
On a different floor, there was an attack. Remember, Jonathan was...
Oh yeah, the
shooting stuff?
demons guys. The demon guys, right? I'll call in Jonathan and see what the situation was in there.
Okay. So. Okay, I was looking at something. Okay. So, Jonathan tells you that there are some corpses that you guys can look at if you so wish. Or if you want, you can go to the floor itself and survey the damage.
I want to go to the floor.
Okay.
Okay, that's one thing. Anything else?
Okay. If there's something else that you want to look into, there's some of that side story stuff that we were doing with the fridge. You could try to look into that as well. If you want.
That sounds boring.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of lame.
Okay. That's fine.
Let's go kill some stuff.
The things down there is already killed.
Oh, that's boring. Oh well, let's go investigate.
Alright. So you go to the floor. It appears as though there's lots of claw damage on around the area. There's some overheated metal that is sort of like melted into the floor slightly. There's what appears to be like bite marks as well, like bites into metal that appear to be like ripped out. Lots of bullet holes, lots and lots of bullet holes. Anything specific you want to examine?
The creatures?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the corpses, if you want to look at them.
Sure.
Alright. You go to a slightly different area on that same floor. This is the, what's the name of it? Intelligence floor. Like, so like, where they keep communications with people who are out in the field and whatnot. Which is why Jonathan was so close by to the action as he ran to go deal with it. Yeah, because he was communicating with you guys, so he was staying close to some communications equipment for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys walk over. And yes, the creatures that are on the floor look very deformed. Some of them look humanoid in shape, but they're sort of stereotypically what some people might call like monsters or demons, like elongated body parts, black or red or yellow, like deep yellow skin, various shapes and sizes, though most of them look humanoid in shape. Some of them look like just like hairy balls of weirdness. Others look
I
like...
need to go now, guys.
Okay, see ya.
All right.
Good
Bye
luck.
bye.
And others look like millipedes or things of that nature, but most of them look humanoid in shape, and they are various colors and deformities and sizes and those sorts of things.
And how did they get in to the floor?
Yeah.
They're not sure. They're still investigating.
Okay. Can I take a look for their origin point, perhaps?
You can try. They have already gathered some security footage that may be helpful in that effort. They show you some security footage where suddenly there was just a creature in front of the camera, as if like literally one frame the creature isn't there and the next frame it's there.
So teleported in, fast travel again.
Perhaps.
Maybe that
but
could do something with the car monster.
perhaps. Some of the other creatures, though, were this is going to be a bit crude, but they were birthed on the floor. They were birthed there. So some of the creatures were like, yeah, they just like split apart physically, like split in half, like, I forget the
From
word. Like
from the guys that teleport in.
yeah, they like the dude like split in half, his body in half, like he like reached into his gut and like split himself in half, and then they both regenerated into two separate individuals. There are others that sort of like they have asses and like poop out more entities. Like
What?
Nice.
like literally a bunch of different like birthing methods of individuals happened live during a fight. So
and they were just instantly combat ready, right?
yes, they were. Like as soon as they regenerated themselves or came out of the body, yeah, they were combat ready. So this is why they were described as kind of demon-like. For sure. And yet, there were still others that appeared to take the elevator to show up. So, yeah. And it was kind of like a horde of them. It was just a bunch of them racing to just attack people.
Oh, so they're basically just a distraction, right?
You're not.
It's what it seems like.
You're not sure. Not 100% sure anyway. But perhaps. You're not even sure what to classify these creatures as. Like the agency doesn't even have any information on these creatures.
Can I do a knowledge check on my video game history to see what these guys are?
You definitely can make a video game check to see if you have anything comparable.
15.
The closest thing that comes to mind, which is relatively close, is the Zerg from StarCraft.
Well,
they're just creatures that are capable of like taking different forms depending on their environment, things of that nature.
Okay.
Like literally in the games, the Zerg can like grow like biological matter that takes over a building and is capable of operating it, and the building is like biological matter. That's the closest thing that you can think of. And they can take a variety of forms. And they can change forms on the fly sometimes. Depending. And they can take over other biological matter. You've never witnessed these creatures take over other biological matter? Not directly, but that's the closest thing you can think of.
Yeah.
Like one creature giving birth to a completely distinct type of other creature That is something that the Zerg are capable of.
Yeah. Got it.
So, in your mind right now, you're just like, yeah, that's the closest thing I can think of. And if you could witness them like taking over other systems or things like that, perhaps you would be able to perfectly equate them, but for now, it's just a tentative equation.
But they probably didn't get that far. Right.
You're not sure. Like I said, the agency has no idea what these things are. And to be fair to the agency, paranatural things come into existence constantly. So these could just have come into existence relatively recently, and the agency has no idea what they are. However, the agency is now searching everything, like current operations, to see if they can find anything that even resembles what they are currently dealing with, and they haven't had luck yet.
Gotcha.
Plus, to be fair, they lost a lot of their records 10 years ago, so
In this
they have
fight?
known about something in the distant past, but I'm not sure. If you liberated the Forgotten Floor, you could also search those records, but again, that would require you guys putting in a bit more effort to clean out that floor.
Yeah, but we got Prevence things first. Then maybe that thing.
Yeah. First, we need to clear up the stuff with Preben, and then we can do stupid shit.
Well, it's not stupid to liberate the floor, you know?
No, oh yeah, I mean that, yeah.
Well, unless you got some stupid shit in your backstory.
No.
No.
Well,
I don't think so.
How he got captured was kind of dumb, but we were working on
Yeah.
a limited time frame, so.
Yeah. It was off the dome, pretty much.
Yeah. So. But yeah, he did relay that information to you. Basically, he was in his apartment and he got his katana because he thought there was an intruder, and he got sucked into a stove.
So, in character, I'm wondering if this guy is just part of the team now. Some random we forgot.
Let's just say that
rescued.
no one has told him to stop doing what he's been doing. He's been let into various secret areas, like for his brewing and stuff.
All right, I'm gonna approach you.
Yes.
So, what's your plan now, since you're free and stuff?
Brew alcohol.
All right, so you're done with us.
No, I'm gonna continue with you. I'm gonna continue working with you on the investigations.
Just like that?
Yeah. What else?
What's your motive?
What do you mean?
Why are you doing that?
Because I was put in this world and I don't know what the fuck else to do.
So that's your whole life purpose, is to help us?
Yes. Yes, it is now.
I want to insight him.
Okay.
He seems kind of saucy.
Alright, 15. Are you telling the truth?
Yes. I didn't roll.
Oh, you didn't roll? That must have been a different earlier roll. Okay.
20.
Okay, 20. Are you telling the truth?
Do I have to roll?
I'm letting you decide whether or not you're telling the truth.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Yeah, then you have nothing to hide, so then why would you roll? So yeah, he is telling the truth. Like, he's been put into this weird situation, and now he's going to make the best of it.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like.
Okay, kind of weird, not gonna lie. But all right.
You're kind of sus, homie. You are the sus one for me.
I am the sus one.
Yes, you always hide. Why don't you
Yeah.
fight?
I do fight. I just fight from a more advantageous position.
If we were playing Among Us, is this how it would go? You're so
Mhm.
sussy. I'm the
Chewbacca.
sussy.
You're the sussy.
This is exactly how it would go.
Yep. Oh damn.
So, yeah, as you guys argue over who's the sussiest,
Yeah.
Geo,
Mm-hmm.
you wanted to get more information. Well, I have some stuff for you.
Oh.
The people you rescued in the investigation area.
Are they
Turns out
snitches?
they're snitches. Is that what you said? Okay. Okay. So the people in the investigation area, they were actually making headway on where the cult is centered and everything. The cult appears to be centered in Holland, which is where you're from.
Hmm.
Wait, Netherlands?
Yeah. Yeah. Holland and Netherlands are the same thing.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. So, yeah, they appear to be centered there. So, it appears as though the story goes, because they did interrogate one of the people that you did say, quote unquote, save somebody, because you shot the thing out of their head and then they were non-violent. So they were interrogating him. So as the story goes, there was this rich entrepreneur who basically was he was a part of a different group. Let's see. It's a very, very strange group. And this is their signature because the agency is aware of them. They leave this wherever they go.
You're posting this. Discord.
They leave that wherever they go. Sometimes it's capitalized, sometimes it's lowercase, sometimes various letters are capitalized and lowercase, and the question mark is always accompanied by the letters.
Oh yeah, these guys. I know them.
Oh, I didn't know you know
is
them.
familiar with SCP lore, I see.
Oh yeah, I watch tons of SCP.
Okay. So then he may be able to help you with this. He was affiliated with a group that leaves that as their signature. I mean, out of character, Yomba may be able to help you.
Yep.
Whether or not his character actually knows this is yet to be determined. So,
I mean, can you count it as part of gaming knowledge though? Is SCP's game related?
Yeah, the agency in this world has released stuff like that, so yes, it could be affiliated. Yes.
Cool.
because they release a bunch of media to try to trick people into thinking fake things. So, yeah, so it's an organization that leaves that behind wherever they go. But normally they don't use their signatures. They just disguise themselves as regular folk doing various other things. They usually don't reveal themselves very often. However, he was a part of this larger organization. They're not exactly there's no like leader of this group. There's no like organizational structure to this group. It's kind of like Anonymous, how they use that as like, yeah, the hacker group Anonymous, but really they're not really affiliated with each other in a heavy way. It's kind of like that. However, during his affiliation with this group, this man, this rich millionaire dude, began studying Middle Eastern culture, and he became particularly fixated on a story about a golden calf which a bunch of people worshipped. If you are familiar with that story.
Not yet, no.
Let's just say that according to the story, the biblical story,
Mm-hmm.
the people who were following Moses at the time, at least according to the story, again, they worshipped a metallic golden calf that was created from their various objects, various gold and other objects that they were carrying with them. And the worship of this calf, not really heavily discussed in the Bible itself.
Yeah,
but
I do recall it. The Bible, it was just a snippet of text and it was immediately struck down.
yeah, pretty much. However, there are rumors of this story being linked to a culture that existed in ancient times that worshipped a similar deity. And the deity, as is told by the prisoner that you guys were interrogating, it appears to be a hungry deity. A deity that always wishes, constantly hungers. And the only thing that can satiate it is being constantly fed different things, including physical objects, but also metaphysical objects such as like souls and those sorts of things. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like a soul. It can like feed off of someone's brain waves, things of that nature, but nothing really keeps it satiated for long. And the description of the head of the creature links back to a creature or an object that you interacted with.
The skull
Yes.
thingy.
So, it seems as though this rich millionaire guy was so fixated on this this particular deity that eventually he created a cult surrounding it. And once he actually had access to the artifact in question that he was looking for, it seems as though he gained a bunch of followers. Willing followers. And this is information that you're getting from the microchipped people that are now captured. Because they are being interrogated as well.
Yep, I would be annoyed and be like, where's a bucket that I can currently kick into the wall, or something I can kick into the wall? Because God
Yes.
bloody damn it, knew it was this stupid skull behind it.
And the thing that you remember it saying to you, do you remember what it said to you?
That it was hungry.
Things are lining up a little closer than you may have thought.
That's why I want to kick a bucket.
And your friend, your high school friend,
Air quotes friend.
yeah, air quotes. Yeah, he said that he knew some people, and yeah, and you remember those like muscle-bound people in the beginning, and the people who were fighting to get you to fix this thing, because it appeared to be restrained in some sort of device, the head itself. And they stole it from the agency. So if you want to try to get more information about the skull itself, it was in agency control for a while, so they may know something.
Yeah, so as soon as I make those dots, I'm immediately going to look at, well, information about the skull.
Alright. So they did, the agency acquired it, because there was an archaeological dig that was happening in the Middle East. The place isn't specified in the documents that they give you. And during this archaeological dig, some ruffians, as it is referred to in the document, just people who have had guns and stuff, came upon the archaeological dig, massacred everybody, and took the artifacts. However, the people who were leading the dig itself weren't on the scene at the time, so they were wondering, like, where are these people? And they searched for them and found them massacred and everything taken. And as it was on its way to the compound, in Holland, it was intercepted by the agency, and they came into contact with hostiles on scene. However, some of them managed to get away, but they managed to come back with the object. And guess who the operation was led by? Jonathan. And as he was bringing it back to the agency, they were studying it and in a place that they were going to bring it back to New York, which is where everything is taking place right now. But they couldn't find a way to prevent it from simply just taking what it wanted, because it was hungry. So people would just randomly drop dead, and then their flesh would begin to disappear. Animals, plants, would wither away in its presence. And as to not threaten anyone else, they brought it to a remote region near Holland. Near Holland. Near. It says in the document. Doesn't say where. Like I said, a lot of this isn't very specific. But they brought it to a location near Holland. A remote location where not very many people live. And they began to experiment on it, trying to find ways to contain it. And they succeeded. What they did is they they actually took another anomalous object that creates energy in and of itself. And they created an apparatus in which to encapture the energy that was being created by this other anomalous object and funnel it into the skull to satiate it, seemingly indefinitely.
And that's where I came in and well screwed it up, so to say.
As they were transferring it back to New York, they were transferring it through an airport actually, and as they were transferring it through the airport, they were attacked by the the hostiles again, and it was stolen from them.
But I'm gonna head off now. So
Alrighty, see ya.
Okay.
yes,
bye.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah, we won't go for much longer, since most people are gone. But we'll try to
Mhm.
dig a little more into Geo stuff if he needs anything more. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's
I
where
need to
your
do.
story intersected.
Yeah. I need to do one thing, and that is give Jonathan a black eye.
Okay. So
Whoa.
you look
He
for
could
Jonathan.
have bloody told me fucking about it.
He did discuss this with you slightly.
Although
He didn't
he
tell you
kept it.
everything, but he discussed it with you slightly that you were the one who messed up his operation.
Yeah, but he could have told me about it.
Yeah, he didn't go into detail about it, no.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jonathan is in his office. Or the office where you guys have been meeting him in. You know, on the executive floor. So do you wish to
Oh,
go there?
Yeah, by just going to him
Okay.
and just ask him like, and just tell him like, why?
He's just sitting there, not having a single clue what you're talking about. And he goes,
I would have brought the document about the skull to him, just like flop it straight on his desk. You
Okay.
know, you could have told me all of about this.
well, you didn't really ask me.
Yes, the guy that was forced to make it disappear, break it out of its containment, yet don't tell him anything about what he just kind of released. Yeah, it definitely won't come back to bite us in the ass anytime in the. Oh wait, it did recently, like the
Yeah,
attack.
they came back here. We couldn't find much information on them after everything. We were finding more, and as we were finding more, apparently somebody left a trail back here.
Mhm. And you thought that wasn't gonna be important to me, cause
Didn't know that you were looking into it that hard. You guys don't really talk to me much.
fair enough for that one. But still, it has connections to me. That is what you at least knew.
Well, yeah, when you came to me and told me about your experience, then I knew that you were involved in getting me demoted.
Also, you knew that I was unwilling to do it.
Sure. Which is why you're still here.
Mm.
But
Oh,
my entire team was wiped out by those freaks. If I knew you were looking into this so hard, I would have helped you.
well, now you knew. Now when, well, know nearly everything.
Alright,
At least
so.
the information that we have here,
Alright, so.
and a tiny bit more.
So, what are we planning to do about this?
Well, bring it back home, I guess. We just need to find out where they currently are.
Well, as you're aware, this enigmatic millionaire has access to quite a bit of capital. Therefore, they could be anywhere. Pay off enough people, and
Indeed.
you can hide anywhere.
Indeed. So that's what we need to find out, where he's hiding and who he is paying off.
And it seems as though he has a few people who are not only being paid off, but are loyal to him. As you can see in
Mm-hmm.
this attack. Which is why removing the weird microchips from their foreheads doesn't seem to help anymore. They're actually just loyal to him.
Oh, loyal to him or loyal to the cult is the question.
Well, he's the leader, so I assumed they were one and the same, but I suppose you could be right. Maybe they're separate entities, I don't know.
Well, the Skull and the Millionaire are definitely separate entities.
True. I do agree with that. However, with the skull in its containment unit, unless they found a way to open it, you said that you removed one of the tendrils, right?
Yes, something like that. I could see it. It was quite in the open, at least it seemed so.
Right. So they must be working on removing the apparatus in order to feed it the way that it wishes to be fed.
So it could still be in the same place, you say? Or what?
What I'm trying to say is they're trying to free it from its restraints. Make it whole. Like you know, we've only found the head. There is currently an archaeological dig happening in the Middle East, looking for the rest of it, if it even exists.
Well, I think we should scope that out then. I mean I.
He nods. If you want to bring the rest of your crew, we can authorize something for that.
Seems like a good plan.
He nods. It's in Samaria, or at least where ancient Samaria was. The dig site.
Well, let's hope that, well, we can get the stuff we need before, well, things go wrong. And before, they try and attack the dig site, take what's there without us, well, being able to prevent them from doing so.
There's something
Bird.
that the investigative team hasn't been listening to me on, but this guy has so many resources. Perhaps he may have bought out the archaeological team by now, but nobody took me seriously.
Well, after this attack, I dare and bet you your words have a bit more merit, I hope.
Well, tell that to the higher-ups. I haven't gotten any more power. So, still looking after and babysitting you lot.
Well, we do seem to bring a lot of trouble around us, but also a lot of good around us, so it's a win-lose situation with us.
Well, all we can do is wait and see what happens.
Indeed we can.
Alright. So unless you got anything else, I have to look after the aftermath here. Lots of paperwork to sign.
Okay, well, good luck with that.
He nods.
Also, do make sure that we can get to that dig site, well, at least at a safe distance that we can spy on it.
I'll file the paperwork. As he sets
Okay.
aside this gigantic stack of paper, puts it aside, and takes out a smaller, but still a stack of paper, and puts it in front of himself and starts filling that out.
Well,
They should just leave a just an out for well, not a black eye, but there's at least more paperwork.
Yep.
Same as worse as a black eye.
Yeah. So, do you have anything else that you want to look into in regards to the Cult of Excess?
I think I did everything that I could for the moment.
Okay.
And that's also where I have to leave off as well.
Yep, that's where I was going to end.
Yep.
So,
Okay, well, end it off, and then we see each other next time when, I don't know.
sure.
It's in the new
Apparently
year,
I had
I
a
guess.
viewer. Don't know who it was.
Goodbye, viewer. But yeah, I guess it will be in the new